Tonight on Team Voodoo Adventures, we're diving deep into the swamps of the Atchafalaya Basin in South Louisiana. A place seemingly uninhabitable, and yet so packed full of wonders of nature. One of those wonders has its way of threatening the ecosystem here, and that's where we see how the problem is being dealt with. All that and more, coming up.
Welcome to South Louisiana. But more specifically, welcome to the Atchafalaya Basin. This is the largest wetland and swamp in the United States. It's a combination of wetlands, river delta, and it's where the Atchafalaya River and the Gulf of Mexico converge. It spans 1,400,000 acres and is cram-packed with amazing wildlife. It's also home to the third longest bridge in the United States. And along with all the levee and parish roads, it's how us folks live and thrive here in this incredible environment. The lifestyle here is very unique. We coexist with the wildlife here. And for hundreds of generations, we lived off of and cultivated the rich bounty these waters and lands have to offer. Some might call it a simple life, but it's far more complex and interesting than most give us credit for. Like this guy. Yep, that's me, Jude Mequet. A lifelong native of these murky waters. Born and raised on the banks of the swamp. My father and I give guided swamp tours through the basin, from our landing at Cypress Cove in Henderson, Louisiana. In September, I'm an alligator hunter, helping a local land company maintain a healthy and thriving population of gators. On top of that, I'm an avid outdoorsman, a hunter, a fisherman. But for those that know me, they know I love hunting white-tailed deer here in the swamp. Hunting and fishing is a way of life here in Sportsman's Paradise. There's a passion to maintain and preserve the beauty and life-sustaining properties of the basin. Our fathers did it, their fathers did it, and pretty soon, I'll be showing the next generation how to do it too. All right. And that's where the name of the show comes from, Team Voodoo Adventures. No, we're not spooky witch doctors or anything like that. We're regular people with a passion for everything outdoors. You could say the wildlife puts a strange voodoo on us that we can't get enough of. And as you'll see throughout the show, I spend a lot of my time with a group of awesome, like-minded men and women who want to see this place thrive as much as I do. So in a nutshell, that's what Team Voodoo Adventures is all about. We hope you come along with us for the ride and get a true-to-life account of the Cajun culture here in South Louisiana.
Take a roll, okay.
Way out every tree.
Coming up after the break, we'll show you a side of life here that isn't so pleasant. In fact, it's a constant threat to our livelihood, and the daily battle to manage the problem has some residents taking matters into their own hands. All that and more next.
What ProTech is we've got a special material that we use to encapsulate guns, ammunition, antiques. What we're going to do is take this material, build a bag out of it, insert the gun or the ammunition, whatever it is, and we're going to purge down, getting the inside environment down to about single digits in humidity, and the oxygen levels from everywhere in the world is about 21% down to about below 1%. Well, that's going to keep any metals, ferrous items from corrosion, rusting. So they can store them, bring them to us. This is a reusable material as well. So we can package their guns, come hunting season, cut it open, pull the gun out, use it, bring the bag back to us, and we'll repackage it for them. For you hunters, you duck hunters, you guides out there, you're leaving ammo in the blinds, and you come back the next day or a week later, and you find that the box is wet and the shells are falling all over. We can pre-package. You can leave it in, you got 5 blinds, you go and leave a couple boxes in each blind. They're there when the hunters need them. You can come back next year and it's still good.
Y'all go ahead and look it up at
ProtectDefender.com.
So you guys have recently started dating?
Yes, a little less than a month.
Coming up on 2 months now, yeah.
Cool. I want to show you guys these 3 Chevy SUVs. The first one is called the Trax.
Beautiful.
Do you think it would be good for moving in together?
Moving in together?
Okay. Well, this is the Chevy Equinox.
Wow.
Nice.
Perfect for when you 2 have your first kid.
Give me some time.
Okay. This is the Traverse for when you have your 5 kids, 2 dogs, and 1 cat.
Oh.
5?
Well, no matter what stage of life you're in, Chevy has an SUV for you.
You have it all planned out, thanks.
Hardcore Equipment is proud to be a sponsor of Team Voodoo. And to all you voodooites out there, we want to offer a special deal. 5% above cost on any UTV, any tractor, or any trailer. And that's only for you guys, the ones who are outdoors, just like Artico. The team here at Artico Equipment is proud to be a sponsor of Team Voodoo. And remember, when the only road is no road, it's Team Voodoo and Artico Equipment.
Our first adventure begins in the early morning hours in Arneville, South Louisiana. A haven for farming and creating beautiful plots of land to grow, an incredible deer population. But this haven is at risk. So a few good men, including myself, and an expertly trained band of the best trackers on the planet, not to mention man's best friend, gathered together to discuss how to deal with the growing threat of infestation here: wild hogs. We teamed up with the master of the hog hunting arts, a man who simply goes by the name White Bean.
All right, guys, we're starting out the segment today. We're doing some hog hunting with dogs because hogs have become a big problem down here in South Louisiana. They reproduce so fast, you can't really keep them in check. I'm out here with White Bean today. And they said it's a long story, Mr. Jonathan. Thank you for taking us, man. What we doing right now with the dogs? Oh, man.
Seek and destroy.
Seek and destroy. Any special type of breed of dog you need to do this?
I love a yellow dog. I love the yellow blackmouth curs. They're real gritty. They have a lot of endurance. They're not scared to get dirty.
What kind of equipment they have on them right now?
It's just a basic vest, just to give them a little extra protection. It keeps them from getting cut as bad. It don't stop it. Nothing will stop it, you know. But it helps. I prefer a lighter duty vest so that way they stay more mobile. I usually try to run about 5 dogs when I run. Not too many, not just 1 or 2.
How long you been doing this?
I bought my first dog in the year 2000, January of 2000.
Okay, so you're not new to the sport at all?
No, no. I done traveled all over the world. I've been from Alabama to Texas and all the way up to Arkansas chasing these pigs. I like to walk. I like to be in the woods. I like to experience. I don't like to just ride the 4-wheeler and chase them around. The dogs do a little better to me, and I can control them a little better. A lot of people run dogs that when you turn them loose, they just go until they find a pig. You're basically hunting for the dog, you're not hunting for the pig. And them dogs, they don't know what property lines are. A shorter range dog, I can kind of control them where they at a little better, you know? I ain't got to worry about going on other people's property because that's one of your biggest problems. But I just try so hard to stay off of other people's land at all costs because it just makes it bad for everybody, you know? I usually will average, give or take, 100 pigs a year, you know, maybe between 80 and 120 a year.
Wow. What y'all do with the excess meat?
Give it away.
Yeah, give it away?
When you kill that many, you can't, you know. For a while, they had one guy, every time I go, he come get them all, and he tell all the old ladies at the church that was the pigs he bought in the store. And they're, man, that's the best pig meat I ever ate, best pig meat I ever ate. And one day he told them, and now they don't even care no more.
They don't.
I lost more dogs to alligators than I lost to pigs. I've gotten dogs that got cut really bad. Some of them never hunted again, but I've lost more to alligators eating them. You can't stay right on top of them and keep up with them to babysit them. And when they run into pig, the alligator knows usually pigs travel in packs. So when they see one pig cross the bayou, they'll go sit right there and wait. Here comes your dog right behind them. And
mistaking it for a pig.
Yeah.
When gator hunter meets the hog hunter, see, we help each other. I keep the population down for him, and hopes he doesn't lose any dogs, and he keeps the hogs out of my way so that maybe I could build a big deer population in my area. Back there, you want to go sit in that corner, or?
Oh, y'all, one of y'all would. Go, 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 go. Get him, get him.
That's it. I think so. Yeah. I thought they were closer to the corner of there, but she was right there.
This thing's gonna attack us.
The hog was crossing. I was just getting off the four-wheeler, and the gentleman that was with Nathan, her that picked up his gun and shot the hog, hit him on the back half. Well, the hog went down. Of course, the dogs get up on him just like they're supposed to. I got in there and finished it off. Not sure that it would do any damage to the dogs, or of course you don't want it to take off running. It might seem a little barbaric to try to kill them like that, but the thing about a hog, once you have a pair of them, you have a hog problem, because you can't kill them fast enough. They keep repopulating and they're tearing up everything, and it's like boom, and pow, just all over the place.
You see, like I mentioned before, wild hogs have an incredibly fast gestation period. A pair of hogs let loose on a piece of property can have up to 5 litters of hogs over the course of a 2-year span. Each litter can consist of 5 to 10 hogs. And here's the kicker. A female hog can begin breeding after only 6 months old. So you can do the math. If you see signs of hog on your property, you've immediately got a problem. A large population of hogs can be devastating to the agriculture here. Annually, hogs can cause $55 million of crop damage and loss in South Louisiana alone. So why elect the help of man's best friend? Well, there are many ways of putting hogs down. Standard hunting from blinds and tree stands barely puts a dent in the population, and left to flourish, hogs can completely drive out deer populations. Dogs are one of the planet's best known trackers, and using GPS-guided equipment and thick vests to keep the dogs protected, a group of men and dogs can clear out a huge herd of hogs with each hunt. Using planned tactics and proven methods to bring this population back to normal numbers.
don't get off of them until you pull them off, huh?
Yeah.
This one here.
Come on, Elsa.
Come on. Come. Get off. Go back across.
Hey, you get into this side, I'll carry him for you.
Got a dog splashing me.
Come on, Elsa.
It's not just hauling a hog in the water, but it's hauling a bloody hog in the water with some unhunted gators this year.
Boy, I heard they got some big ones too.
Hey, that's fine. I got a knife.
Get them moving, man.
I'm just sticking right here.
Elsa. No. 1, 2, 3.
Damn, the pig looks big across there.
I'll tell you all my thoughts right now. You run a lot, and you swim a good bit, and when you hear the dogs barking, you got to go. I think they hemmed up that pig right in the woods, but by the time we got to him, the pig tried to make it across the water. The good thing about being in the water is you wash your knife. And now I'm soaking wet. I gotta explain to my wife why my truck's wet.
Right there, you can't go wrong. Oh, yeah, them dogs did good right there.
But we're looking for another hog, plus 30 pounds of water weight in each of my boots. And no socks, because my socks fell.
Dude, when you said he was coming to me, I could hear that thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's a lot.
Coming, he turned.
Right on that dude.
He was coming. I mean, dead at. I could have swore he stumbled when I shot.
That's you. That's you. That's right.
Shoulder, that wasn't you.
He got hung up with some browns on the wheel over here. They have blood all over on the ground.
Oh yeah.
We eat pork quite a bit here in America. And this is exactly that, pork. And these chops weren't raised in a cage or in unsanitary conditions. They lived out their lives in open nature, so wild they grew hair and tusks. None of the dogs were injured, and they were all happily pooped after the end of the day. After we got back to Pat's camp to drain our boots and recoup, everybody gathered around to tell their side of the story as it unfolded throughout the day.
Hog was sat right there on the side of me in the garage. Never known.
We took a few celebratory pictures with the day's haul and then immediately went to cleaning and separating all the meat and throwing a few chops on the grill for us to refuel it. As you heard earlier, a lot of this meat is donated to feed the hungry. The landowner is happy to have a more successful harvest this year, and the deer population can thrive. It's the circle of life, and we're just as much a part of this as nature. We hope you enjoyed today's show. As you can see, outdoor life in South Louisiana isn't always for the faint of heart. But we're also not here to shoot everything that moves in the swamp. There's a method of preservation in place to maintain the populations of wild animals that thrive in this environment. Those of us that obey the law, of course, usually work closely with wildlife and fisheries so that we can continue to enjoy this lifestyle and all its splendor. For more information and to see all of the adventures we've gotten into over the years, check us out on YouTube at Team Voodoo. Or you can watch all our shows and follow our adventures on our website too, www.teamvoodoo.tv. We hope you join us again next week for more crazy adventures in the swamp. My name is Jude Mequet, and this has been Team Voodoo Adventures.